Hey friend, Roger Christopherson here again with another first listener review. Didn't even know this one was coming out till just like a week or two ago. It is the new one from the band Hurricane. Their song or their album called Reconnected. And now, if anybody's not familiar with the band Hurricane, you should be for one thing. But it features or did feature lead vocalist Kelly Hansen, who was just up until recently the current singer for Foreigner. He's been their singer for, 20 years now or something like that. And as far as I understand, they just are retiring after their tour this year, which is kind of interesting because I am actually involved in a Foreigner tribute band myself. And, so we're very familiar with Kelly Hansen and Foreigner songs, even though Kelly doesn't actually sing on any of the songs that we play, but he's only recorded one album of new material with them. But anyway, it's him, Robert Sarzo on guitar, and Tony Cavazzo on bass, who are the brothers of Carlos Cavazzo and Rudy Sarzo of Quiet Riot. So that was kind of their, I don't want to say gimmick, but that was kind of their thing that they were helped probably in the original days to get them known. And drummer Jay Shellen on drums. Now, Robert left for a while, and they got Doug Aldrich on their second full-length release there. And, then they kind of broke up. And it's funny because Jay and Kelly Hansen got back together in like 2001 and recorded an album with a couple other guys. And that album's really good. And then those guys didn't have anything to do with the name for a while. And then Tony and Robert got the band back together around 2010 or something like that, and they're now on singer number 5, I believe, since then, and this is the first thing they've actually recorded since they got back together. So I was interested in hearing it. They have a new drummer whose name is Mike Hansen, and their new singer's name is Dan Schumann, who was with a group called Tenors of Rock. I guess they're kind of a Las Vegas type group. I don't know exactly what they do. I've never actually heard of them. But anyway, so as this album kicked in, they had a single that came out that's called Rockstar Cheater. I had not actually heard it before. It kicked in, and I was like, okay, sounds like a throwback to the 80s, late 80s or early 90s style melodic rock. His voice is nothing like Kelly Hansen's at all. It's got a lot more of a rasp to it and a higher pitch, a more nasally type sound, I guess. And then the second song, You and I, just was even didn't like that at all, quite honestly. It's one of those where it sings right along with the guitar part, and I just don't like when songs do that. But then they go into a cover of Under Pressure, and when it first started, I'm like, I was like, didn't think I was going to be too impressed, but quite honestly, they rocked that up. They made it their own, which I was kind of surprised that they were able to do, and it was pretty cool. I actually liked that. And from that point on, it actually got a little bit better. They had a few more songs until they get to their re-recording of I'm On To You, which was like their big single back in the day. And that version of it, I wish they'd just actually not done it because it did not hold up at all to the original. Extremely underwhelmed with that version of it. I don't really even know why they did that, but they did. So, and from that point on, they just end with 3 more rockers. There's really nothing on here that's was anything new or imaginative at all. And then they end, the very last song is called Wishing Well, which is just an acoustic ballad. I could have really dealt without that one. I'm not sure why they put it at the end of the album. It was a really strange way to end an album. Basically, I would have been happy with 9 songs. And not to say anything was bad on here, other than that last one and the cover of I'm On To You, but if they had actually just left those off, the rest of it was actually real cool. It's had most of it had that late 80s, early 90s feel. It's followed in the tracks of where they left off, even though Robert left after their first full length, and Doug came on, but they still kept on with that same sound. But it was good. However, if I were to recommend an album to somebody that maybe you haven't heard, go back and check out Liquid Fury. That album is actually really good. It's I want to say it's like probably where they would have. It is where they went, but it's a little bit more melodic rock than I think if the other two had stayed in the band, and they hadn't just gotten the two replacement people that they have in it, whose names I can't even think of. They're nobody I recognize or know off the top of my head, or stuck with me at all. I don't think either one of those people in that version of it went on to do anything extremely big. Although Jay Shellen now is in Yes, he went on to do a whole bunch of progressive type stuff. So he's gone on and done a lot of stuff. I think it's kind of strange now that Kelly Hansen is probably not going to be doing Foreigner anymore. They didn't, get him back in the band or something. But who knows what's going to happen there. But anyway, that's kind of what I thought of this one. Feel free, as always, to leave your feelings and comments down below on what you guys think about Hurricane and the current version and what you thought of the past, or whatever you feel like saying, actually. And as always, appreciate all the comments, except for a couple of goons out there who always feel the need to say something. I don't understand why people do that. I really don't, but it is what it is. And like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And until next time, see you.